Hello there and welcome back. So we left off Etude number 2 on measure 24. Let's get started. So here, measure 24, we have open G, and that's our chance while we're playing that open G to jump into 6th position. If you're not familiar with 6th position, let's get that real quick. So we know 3rd position, right? Nice and in tune. Our first finger right here on A, and in this position we have A, B, C, D. Right here where our 4th finger is now on the note D, let's put our first finger there. This is 6th position. So in this position we have D, E, F sharp, and G. Now, as we get higher up the fingerboard, the intervals get smaller. So you'll notice this position is a lot tighter than if we're down in 1st position, okay? One more time, D, E, F sharp, and G. Now, as we did in the previous video, let's separate these double stops. Top note, we have G, F sharp, F, E, D. So that's why it's good to know these notes. And before I forget, try to leave that first finger down on the note D, right? When you jump up from the open G. Leave that first finger down. It's going to be our anchor. It's like us having our feet flat on the ground so we know what position we're in. So again, those top notes, we have G, F, E, D. So it's very important to have those notes in your ears so that while you're playing the double stops, you're kind of listening for the top note to make sure that you're in tune. I understand if you're not familiar with playing up in these high positions, what I was taught to do is play it down an octave to really get it in your ear. So now you hear the notes, kind of the scale pattern, the intervals. So when you're up in position and you hear, you notice, oh, that second note is kind of off. That didn't sound right. Oh, it's F sharp. Yeah, so once you have it in your ear, you'll be able to better tell, am I in tune up here in position and what's going on, how to fix it. And now let's listen for those bottom notes. We have B, A, G, F sharp, and then G. Now up here in position on the A string, our first finger's on G, G, A, B, 3rd finger on that B. Remember, G down to F sharp is a half step, and it's a little higher up on the fingerboard, so the interval is going to be a little closer together. Let's hear those notes again. Alright, next step is playing those notes together. Let's forget about the rhythm and let's worry about the double stops and the intonation. We have G and B, F sharp and A, 3, 2, E and G, and right here my first finger is going to shift down a half step and my second finger down a whole step, right? From E down to D is a whole step. One more time, nice and slow. G and B, A and F sharp, E and G, F sharp and D. Back up to G, and high G, we have that octave. Now finger-wise, we have 2 options. My first is what we just did, right? 3, 4, 2, 3, 1, 2, down to 1, 2. The second option, I'm going to start 3, 4, and then go down 3, 4 again. On A and D, now 3, 4, 2, 3, 1, 2. So the first option, we go and second option, you're going to have to practice either or and figure out which is best for you, which one feels more comfortable, and which one you can get in tune. Now the next measure, it's very important that you stayed in position. First finger was on that G, right? The last notes we played were those G octaves. Rest, and then second finger, E, F, E, G. Double stop, then D, E, D, G. Then I'm gonna shift up to that B, G to B. Again, it's important to be able to hear that interval. G, G to B is a major third. Get familiar with how that is supposed to sound so you don't overshoot it and you're kind of searching in outer space. G to B. So right there it's G, B, A. You can go back down. First position on third finger on that note D, or third position. Let's hear that nice and slow, measure 26. Starting at measure 28, this is the money line, right? This is the big line. Let's talk about the fingering and the shifting, all the positions and stuff, nice and slow. 28, pretty straightforward, right? All of that measure, nice and slow, first position. Then we have right there is where I'm gonna shift. So we have at the beginning of that measure, right here, I'm gonna do fourth finger, and then open E. We have E, F, G, A. I'm doing open 1, 1, 2. Then continue on that big slur we have. We're in second position, so B, A, G, A, 3, 2, 1, 2. Then I'm going to shift up fourth position. First finger on that B, we have B, C, D, E. And again, I shifted up on that note D to sixth position. So right there, fourth position, B, C, D, E. 1, 2, 1, 2. Then continue, we have F natural. F, E, D, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to cross over to the A string to play that C natural. Then I back to the E string. D, E, F, G, A. 1, 2, 1, 2. Third finger on that A. Let's take all of that measure again, nice and slow. Don't worry too much about the slurs and the bowing right now. Let's just get the position, the fingerings, and the shifting. Alright, so how are we going to increase the speed on all of this line? Do we just one day we go for it and we magically are able to play super fast? No. If you've seen my videos before, you know that my favorite technique is practice rhythms. So you're gonna get your metronome, boom, you're gonna set it at a slow tempo. Right, say that's the tempo, and we're going to be focusing on the left hand, not too much of the slurs just yet. The first practice rhythm, we know the long short. And you have to be very careful about checking yourself. That G that I just played was a little bit out of tune. So I want to stay at that tempo, maybe even slow it down a little bit so I can make sure my intonation is flawless. Then I'm going to go up just a few clicks on the metronome, not too big of a jump because I'm still solidifying that fingering, getting the positions shifting nice and solid. So I don't want to go too fast just yet. So a little bit faster, then I'm going to do the opposite rhythm, my short long rhythm. Alright, my intonation was satisfactory on that one, so I'm going to increase the tempo again a little bit. And just like that, I could spend like 15 minutes to an hour practicing on just that, focusing on rhythms and the left hand intonation. You have to be smart about how you divide up your practice time. So, for example, that could be one practice session, 20 minutes, boom. You're working on the metronome, you're working on the speed and the agility. So let's continue. We're here at measure 30. We ended up third finger, A, then I'm going to shift down to that G, just a whole step, still third finger, then second finger on the F sharp, 4, 2, 1, F sharp, D, A, then down to fourth position, G, F, 3, 2, again nice and slow. And then in this position, if we stay there, we can play the next double stop. G and D, 3 and 4. I'm still debating if I like that, 3 and 4. Or if I want to shift back up with a second finger, 2 and 3. Now the next double stop, E, definitely first finger. And C natural, 1 and 2. Then stay in that position, third finger, G, and fourth finger, E. And then we shift up. I would use 3 and 4, B and G, so that our fourth finger is already on that last note. Right, because the last note is G and G, an octave. And if we shift up here, 3 and 4, our fourth finger is already in position and we just have to play the first finger in tune. So again, that could sound like this. G and D, E and C. 3 and 4, G and E. Shift up, B and G. And 1 and 4. And G, the octaves. Whatever's going to be more comfortable and in tune for you. Everybody's different. So if you find something easier for you to do, by all means go for that. And that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much. Hope that was helpful. We'll see you next time. Bye.